Hey, it's me. I'm gonna see if I can finish this game.
Dionysus Park was owned by Sophia Lamb, Chief. Sort of a private retreat for her social experiments. One night it flooded, killing all her guests. Papers said it was cult-related. Come on up to the train station. Let's rendezvous.
If I remember correctly, this level is another demonstration of the poor design of this campaign because all you do is some guy has power over the trains and he tells you can't run in the trains until you get me some Big Daddy juice, so do the Big Daddy thing, which, as you may have imagined, has already been introduced. Why would they introduce that? Why would they have a level that's all about the Big Daddies be like 2 or 3 levels after that system was introduced? It don't make no sense. But I also spend, I think, the rest of this level working on publicity and like news and how that is used to subvert various political figures. It's a pretty cool little piece on like how the masses are really dumb and there's the magician guys. The masses are really dumb and really subject to being easily corrupt by information. Another thing that I just thought up is in the original game, every section has a special type of splicer that it introduces. And then the thing is, it doesn't really seem to introduce too many new enemy types in this one, except for the big sister and the burly guys, because in the first one they have the spider splicers and they have these magician guys. The previous level we got the spiders, this time we're getting the magician guys. They like teleport around and use fire. Can I think of anything else? Oh, it does introduce a couple new Big Daddy types, so I guess that's pretty nice. It's just, it's weird to me that they like tease these new types, but they were a big part of the original game already. Maybe they're assuming that people hadn't played the original game. That's a reasonable assumption, right? Anyway, one of the things that is nice about Rapture as a setting is that it's all fucked. And, you know, anytime you have a setting where everything is broken and destroyed is pretty nice. But it's never really fucked in, like, completely different ways. So, just thinking about the earlier sections, you have an amusement park where things are broken and there are, like, raider guys. Then, in Pauper's Drop, you have, like, the projects. That's all fucked and full of raider guys. And then we had the previous level that was, like, the rich area, which was all fucked and full of prostitutes and raiders guys. And now we have this place which is very flooded and full of the magicians. So, it's, you know, you could do, there's more kinds of fucked than just the area looks bad or is flooded. You know, it's not like any one of the areas has like strong undertones of something monstrous. Like there's a whole bunch, like prostitution isn't really that bad, but if it was forced prostitution, that would have been terrifying. Now the mixture of drugs and prostitution is already pretty bad, and it doesn't seem like it's really a long take from there to forced prostitution or something otherwise like horrifying. So why? Oh. Am I supposed to battle you? No. Okay. Oh, I am supposed to. Well, Miss Ugly. Oh, I need to research her too. See, already this is getting like kind of unattractive in terms of gameplay. I mean, this research system is cool, but at the same time, it breaks away from the immersion.
Subject Delta has drained and infiltrated Dionysus Park. His death is our rebirth. The life of the People's Daughter is in your hands.
Okay, now here's a question. Why exactly are these Houdini splicers? Their deal is they teleport around. and they have fire. Why are they here? Is it because, you know, previously this place was flooded to shit, right? So why is there anyone here, really? Why is there any, like, stuff still shelved? Still in places where it works? Why are there any vending machines that work? None of that stuff makes any sense. I guess I would accept the Houdini splices coming in, maybe because it's hard to get here because it was flooded and they can just teleport in. But it just seems like a lost opportunity to provide a little bit of, like, realism to this scenario.
Well, I'm in. Yep, yours truly is the newest member of the Rapture family. I fed Wales a line about how the Tribune was stopping me from telling the people what's what. And without a word, he hands me an invite to this artist retreat here at the park. Lamb bought my Frustrated Novelist Act. She's even sponsored me to ink it while I'm here. Except my story's all about her. And I don't think she's gonna like the way it ends.
Yeah, so another one of the things that the first game did is that every area is based around a particular character, which, you know, he's like, is just another splicer at the end of the day without an individual model, which is pretty cool because the whole deal with this world is you get these immersive little mini stories that you're going with along with a maxi story that's kind of really slow and not really interesting. That's the one that I keep saying is your story, where it's just like you're trying to get from point A to point B and things are slowing you down. Okay, so back to the mini stories idea. These people, like in so far the Wales guy, the priest and his brother in the previous one, and now this guy, Stanley Pool, who was mentioned a couple areas back. I think Ryan pays Sinclair, and Sinclair pays this guy to use media to subvert Lamb, and that's how Lamb got nailed, put in jail after this guy did some media stuff on her. And you know, that in and of itself is a cool story, but it doesn't mesh at all with the level. Not at all. And you'll see here in a bit, because the Pool guy's the one who wants Adam. Why the fuck does he want Adam? I don't know, it's just something contrived. It doesn't follow, really. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Dear Yellow-Eyed Gull, my name is Billy, and I saw you the other day at the merry-go-round. I think you are very sweet, and I like your blue dress and the songs you sing about angels. My mom says your dad is scary, but I think he is strong and nice like a comic book hero. I got you a gift and put it in the basement where nobody will find it. The secret code for the door is 1080. I hope you like it. I will wave to you next time I see you, so you know it's me.
Very cute. Is this anybody's child? Does this have any connection to the story other than I mean, it is a cute vehicle towards, you know, like giving you a little secret, little more items and stuff. I think that just kind of all points to the thing that when this game was made, and this is true for a lot of the original Bioshock stuff too. I love this game, but it's a lot of it is sort of a missed opportunity because these like interesting story elements are created only to convey gameplay and like shooting game elements. But it could be so much more. Why instead not use the shooting game elements to convey story? That would be so much more valuable because, I mean, you know, there's like infinite games about shooting already, but there's not really that many like well-made ambiance games. Especially if you look at a lot of the horror franchise games, they're there are people that are just yearning for something with a good story and gameplay that lets you, you know, do something as you experience the story. I think that's what a lot of the horror genre is all about, anyway, at least.
Audrey, Michelle, Peter, Thomas, William, Joseph. Oh, no. Where are you? Boy, come quickly.
He dropped his thing.
Imbecile.
Is she gonna subvert my little trappy?
Family sends it.
Do appreciate shooting them right when they have a grenade and drops, and then they explode their corpse. Is there another guy who's yelling at me? Oh, I did not switch to the appropriate thing for this. Whatever. I forgot that being careful here is just not a really valuable thing. Slows combat down and makes me generally weaker.
Dionysus Park. Lamb mocks me in the naming of this place. She knows precisely how I feel about this celebration of unconscious art. The artist reflects the world as it ought to be, not as it is damned to be by some spasm of the lower mind. I shan't censor. The park is Lamb's property. However, the case we are building against her.
Well, the good news is I've located a new train car, but the station's still locked down, and we're not alone in here. I see a shadow in the security booth. I'll lay low while you have a gander.
Dionysus.
Oh, just starts. Oh my god.
Ah, hello, boys. The name's Stan Pool, Rapture Tribune. Quality paper. Before the locals stopped reading and started finding other uses for it. Anyway, I'm looking to cut a deal, fellas. Come by the train station. I'm here in the booth.
It's silly that the game cuts itself off. First cuts off the diary with a radio thing, and then puts the diary back on, and then cuts it off again with another radio thing, and then doesn't put it back on again. Let's finish out Andrew Ryan's doodad.
Dionysus Park. Lamb mocks me in the naming of this place. She knows precisely how I feel about this celebration of unconscious art. The artist reflects the world as it ought to be, not as it is damned to be by some spasm of the lower mind. I shan't censor. The park is Lamb's property. However, if the case we are building against her proves true, I will return with a sledgehammer.
Haha. I do appreciate that. He doesn't like it, but he's a careful person. He's not just gonna blow it up just because he doesn't like it. I don't know. Ryan is seeming more and more sympathetic. Pretty sure he's not supposed to be sympathetic, but you know, what do you want to do with the story there, Rapture?
Found her. Found Cindy by this rusted carousel. But she was just standing there, staring, waiting for the music. And she doesn't even recognize me. What have they done to her? Listen to her.
The man in the moon is a girl, Mr. Bubbles.
Listen, if anyone hears this, I have to know how to cure her. No! Get back! She's my little girl!
Oh. Forgot about that. I thought this guy was fucking dead, leaving these diaries all over the place. So that little last segment we actually heard when we were standing right here. We heard the screech. We heard the guy saying, "This is my little girl." So that guy that we just heard was just here protecting his daughter, or trying to get to his daughter, trying to deal with the fact that she's a little sister now. So maybe we'll be able to help his story in a bit. Oh, the Merlot, it's haunted. Oh, Merlot, please. I came here because this is where the... Fuck. Let's just stop that. Yeah, thanks, birdies. I came here because I could just buy an auto hack dart to replace it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Little Timmy audio log said that he put the stuff in the basement. This says it's the basement. Okay, we can't go here, but we can go over to the right, and I guess he'll be over there. It should be 1080. Let's see if little Timmy's got a little bit more to say. Oh, maybe this is the thing. No, surely we have to use the key. I think this just gives you more Eve. Yeah, no, fuck that.
McDonough, listen. There's a hell of a structural flaw here in Dionysus Park. A leak in the primary drainage pipeline could flood this whole joint. Faulty pressure locks would seal in every sorry soul. One clumsy Big Daddy knocks open the wrong pipe and, hey presto, Lamb's little art show turns into Fish City. God forbid the wrong element finds out.
That's a cool little hinty hint. So the place flooded, everyone died, and it was an art show slash, like, I guess, fairground. So people, you know, there's a lot of rich people and children here, and those are the most important kind of people. And then this lady's like, everyone seems to know that it was built to fail. And she seems to be very clearly saying that this could be dangerously subject to abuse and corruption. Now, this is something that was built by, or better, placed for Lamb, yeah? So, we start to kind of get a picture on how Lamb got into jail. She was garnering support for a lot of people, enough support to build a whole area, a whole park, dedicated to, you know, the arts and the people. But that was rude. We also know that various folks, through Ryan mostly, were intending to get her smashed. Now, Ryan doesn't seem to be aware that this place is destructible, but he was building a legal court case against her. And he did want to destroy the place. Now, does that mean that this is not his doing? The flooding of this area was not his doing, but instead the doing of someone who wanted to bring down Lamb and frame Ryan for, you know, being a bad boy and doing a murder of Lamb. Maybe it could also just be someone who's helping Ryan and he doesn't know that he's being helped, and helping Ryan in ways that are much more abusive than Ryan would be. I.e., Ryan didn't really want to murder a lot of people, but people who worked for him may have been, you know, willing to do that shit. I don't think that either one of those is particularly the case for this place, and the story's actually less interesting than I just made it out to be, but maybe I'm wrong. To the trains, that's where we're going. Ooh. Someone was doing some beating with a gun. That hurt. You just walk into the electrified water? Shouldn't do that, dude. He's gonna do it too. Alright. Well, appreciate it.
Dionysus Park was my home, Delta. An experiment in social unity, cut short by human folly. You dishonor its memory with every step.
Now, Lamb, you just sound like a mad, angry lady now.
Lamb knows you're here, but I'm incognito. Thing is, since you drained out the park, the little sisters are already starting to nose around, looking for Adam, and I can't have that.
He wants all the Adam for himself, I guess.
I want my goddamn toy surprise. Ooh, so terribly close. Why won't you cooperate?
It's getting dark, Sasha. Any week now.
There we go. And with just a bit of finesse.
This is breaking into something. Let's break into their skulls, huh? A safe. Why is there a safe here? This is just like a hallway between two areas dug into the rock. That is weird. I mean, if this were a zoo, an aquarium, an underwater area like this would be really cool. I guess because it's a garden, is that acceptable? Frag grenade! We haven't gotten the launcher yet. Solid slug doesn't sound that cool either. Alright. What are we gonna upgrade now? Could do the spear gun, could finish up the machine gun. I think I'll wait for the launcher and see what sort of upgrades that gets. The final thing on this is just it shoots faster. And more importantly, it lets you shoot faster and longer range. Range is really not that important in this game. These seem really boring and also probably really strong. Not really sure that I want them. We'll see what the launcher gets us in a second here, and then we'll choose. Alright, safety. Fuck this. Let's just, for safety, haha. Alright, what do we got up ahead? No, wait, there's a hacky here. This one I can't do by hand. These are a little easier. They don't got nearly as much red. That's the stuff that brings about El Deatho. By that I mean the security bugs. Underwater sights, pretty nice. They're not exactly the set pieces that you come to expect from a big game like this. Those seem to have been done with now already. But that was kind of a curse in the first Bioshock game too, where a lot of the budget spent at the beginning and very little at the end.
Hurry. Mother can't hear this, but she's looking right at me. And her face.
Ah, that's kind of funny. This girl, Eleanor, has telekinetic abilities. The ability to read people's minds and send messages to other people's minds. Not really kinetic, I guess. Telementalic? Anyway. But they're putting it against the power of a mother's psychic abilities. Haha. Here we go. Here's the launcher. They give me some grenades. Honestly, I thought this is the one that had the turrets. So it just has grenades, mines, and rockets, I guess, at the end. It's weird that you get rockets. And you also get rockets for the for this thing. I don't get it. Let's take a look at the upgrades and choose our path. Hopefully there's something. I don't really care about something being strong. I'd rather it be cool. Larger clip size, damage immunity sounds nice, and cluster bombs. You trigger additional explosions every time there's a thing that you can't miss. That doesn't really sound that powerful, but it does sound goddamn cool. So we're gonna upgrade the launcher here. So let's take a quick look. I'm gonna get with the immunity because I'm gonna hurt myself if I want to be using this often. Just take a quick look at it to see what we know it looks like right now. Okay, is there any better light? Here's decent light, I guess. Okay, let's see what sort of visual changes we get, because I think that's super cool too. It gets like a bumper. Alright. I guess that literally is intended to mitigate the force of something blowing up in front of you. I wish I knew what that looked like in third person. Alright, let's try it out on somebody. First aid kit and money, but we're full of both, Eleanor. Come on. She did give me a rocket launcher. Good time to use it. What do they got over there? Oh, they have a turret. I could hack that turret, or I could do one of these. That was cool. I'm glad I upgraded this. It's going to be a fun thing. No extra, because I didn't get the little blue one. Oh well, it's good to hack them all anyway, so my buddies, the splicers here, don't get to get the juice from them. Okay. Okay. It's taken me quite a while in the old Stanley Pool. It's almost as if they just want to pad out the gameplay for this. Huh. Well, it's funny. It looks like they've paid the level designers none at all. Not at all. And then they've paid the, like, the graphical people quite well. And the writers of minor things also very well, but the overarching writers are not very well paid. So, I mean, if I was a studio, if I was a computer, and I was told this game is supposed to be good on atmosphere, work on that, it would make sense. And honestly, the gunplay isn't terrible. It's fun to do. But, I mean, what is atmosphere without an overarching story? Oh, we get to see Sinclair. Can we talk to him?
Okay, so
No, it's
dead
Pool.
men tell no tales, right? Wrong. See, with Adam involved, every stiff's got a story, and Lamb knows how to read it. If that stuff makes it back to her, I'm an obituary. So, I want you to take the story of Dionysus Park and bury it. Get rid of the little sisters for me. Your way. Do that, and I'll unlock the station here. Scout's honor.
Ah, okay.
Well, I'd say he's hiding something, but he sort of took the fun out of that one. He's locked in the security booth, however, so we'll have to play along. Find those sisters.
Okay, so I was right in remembering that your character plot here is boring as shit. Once again, you're in a train station, and there's something sort of completely unassociated to you blocking your way forward. But the story is explaining things about the world and the story of Rapture particularly. So Poole here was sent here to do a news piece on Lamb to help take her down. Now Sinclair, I'm pretty sure, is the one who brought him over. There's a couple things about this guy that is helpful with the Rapture story, though. First of all,
What?
oh, come on, Poole.
You got lonely? Somebody say something mean to you? What are you doing here? Find those little ghouls and make them gone.
Oh, that's a nice touch. You get a little extra from him. I like that he has his own model. Unfortunately, that tells me that he won't be an enemy in the game. You know, that's kind of just a little bit of the game rules logic. But hey, you know, it's what are you gonna do? Nothing. His thing is, he specifically said that the Adam stores memories, and Lamb has the ability to extract those memories, which confirms, at least partially, some of the immortality stuff we were saying before. Now, doesn't mean that Adam contains your sentience, your soul, or anything like that. No, but it does mean it contains your memory. You know, it sounds like it works a little bit like a footprint. Not actually you, but proof that you were there. And, you know, affected by your choice of shoes. Where are we supposed to go? Is it literally anywhere? How do I zoom out? There we go. Yep. I think the answer is we're supposed to go literally anywhere. Explore as long as we collect the sisters. I'm not sure what these little vampire thingies mean. Oh, they're little sisters. Ha! Okay. I'm not sure what Adam is supposed to be. I guess they're the little stockpiles that you pick up in case you forgot one somehow. So, this level isn't too huge, but yeah, we've been there. Although I haven't been in that little room there. Maybe we had to backtrack. I'm gonna see if I can go up here and then to the right and make a shortcut. But I think that door is busted. Maybe? We'll try. We weren't able to pick up the little kids thing. Alright, Dionysus Park. We haven't actually gotten in there yet, I guess. This just seems like the main entrance. Oh, I guess we took like a back entrance because we came in from the ocean. Alright, Dionysus. Is there anything cool in this window? A lot of times there's some stuff that we miss. It looks like a shipwreck, but it's actually broken signage. For what? Not sure. Okay. Moving on. Now this place has so far had relatively little combat associated to it compared to the previous level. One of the nicer levels, my favorite level even, in the first Biosock game was another one that had relatively little combat. And it was always just completely dedicated to a side story. Wow, this is kind of ugly. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna want to remote hack that boy. Not mini turret. Did I get it? No. Didn't get it that time either. Alright, so it said sometimes we can recover missed hack ammo. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, spider splicer. Can we search your brain? Nope, we're done researching him. Good to remember. Did we actually recover any of that ammunition? Oh, we got a little bit. One of them. One of the three. It's not like those are valuable. Oh, a reverse hanging. Haha, cool. God, there's so many vending machines. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but oh, having auto hack darts is a good way to spend our money. I guess I'll just, since they're like not on a limit anymore, I'll just remote auto hack everything from now on. This thing here is a little bit of a flaw in this game. So part of the game's build is the allowance, the RPG factor of customizability. You have guns, but you can choose which ones you upgrade. You have plasmids, but you can choose how many, which ones you upgrade, and you know, which kinds you want on your bar. There's way more than you can keep on your bar. But because there are things like the ice and these guys that let you only in if you have the right plasmids, it kind of forces you to have them on all the time.
Delta. I wish no Adam for myself. Eleanor is the dream, and she needs neither weapons nor parlor tricks.
Okay, that's not a bad. That's a good place to put that little tidbit of information. She doesn't want the Adam for herself. I remember arguing about that earlier in the previous section. She wants it for her dream, I guess, which arguably is still herself, but, oh, I've accidentally taken a bit of a detour. Okay. Well, we'll keep going and backtrack. I'll try and remember to backtrack. Aw. Unfortunately, this doesn't have nearly as much impact as the first time we saw it, but it's still a nice little thing. Just a couple of splicers having a nice little moment together. See if I can shoot both of them at the same time. Sort of. We saw her spending money on the healing thingy, that's why I always try and hack them. The fate I gave them was pretty cool though, huh? I'll try using the grenade launcher from now on if I see any of the answer, boys. Oh, I hear a daddy. And if there's a daddy, there's a sister. And this place is... I'm just getting thrown ammunition left and right. Lots of beer. Too much money. Auto hack it. Thank you for the explanation of what an auto hack does. More ammunition. Being drunk makes things harder.
You must learn to play poker, Eleanor. Like anyone, I am flawed and have a fierce genetic bias towards competition. But each Saturday, I read the other players, and I pick a man who will benefit the most from victory. By the final hand, I ensure that he takes home my entire stake, and that of the others. I win nothing but the feeling of conquest over myself, and the wealth of my competitors is slowly reshuffled according to their needs.
That's pretty cool. I appreciate the idea of playing poker not to win, but winning by making sure the person you want to win wins. Which, I guess, is another task entirely. We're just rolling in the ammunition. Hot diggity dang. I got too much money, too much health, too many bullets. Well, I chose medium for a good reason, huh? Let's continue to just drunkenly brawl our way through this area. Yes, I want to backtrack to get little Timmy's thing first and foremost before I forget about it. Yeah, rushing over there. Hopefully, we can find a Big Daddy on the way to spend all our money on. Because hot diggity, am I goddamn loaded and would like to be less loaded. It feels worse to me to not be able to pick up the stuff that I find and have to leave it there than it does to die. He's the king, guys. He's a flaming king. Oh. Research. Houdinis are now vulnerable to anti-personnel. What a boring reward. Oh, wrong way. Oh, that's how this door gets opened. No, nothing. I want to use plasmids again. I don't know why my hand was gone. Full of drill fuel, huh? That's a relatively normal looking set of chappies there. Preserve me? No. Okay, Timmy's stuff. That way, basically go all the way to the beginning of the level. Well, fuck you, Timmy. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take your present for that pretty little sister, and we're gonna use it because she doesn't eat it. She doesn't have a brain. Oh, my thing from a while ago is still there. This way? Yes. Yeah, so we have to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the level. I don't think that's quite great design, but we're doing it. And now I'm here. We need to go left and forward. Door? There it is. 1080. So you're telling me that that child rigged this up for his beloved. Oh no, this is what he rigged up. Nice.
I'm told that Lamb has been seen in the streets. One of the Alpha series was killed in the incident and his bond is Council has no time for a plan. Atlas swells the ranks of the marauders by the day. Regardless, Lamb's name is already faded among the people. She is no more than a ghost who has forgotten to die.
So, at this point, Lamb is jailed already. That was quick. A rose. Do we have that in our inventory anywhere? Fuck that, little boy. Smooth. A rose is a beautiful gift for a little sister. I don't think we really have an inventory. At the end of this episode, I'll look it up, see if that is going to affect anything in the rest of the game. Seems like kind of an Easter egg sort of thing, where if you don't know where to do the right things, you won't get it. But it might go nowhere. The fact that there's a Big Daddy here already suggests that maybe the sister got her thing? Unsure. But we get our thing in the form of more clip size. Beautiful. I don't think that really affected our thing. Oh, maybe this thing on the far right side is bigger on the launcher? I forgot to check. Whoopsie. Alright. We need to find a daddy now. We gotta find a daddy now. Anyone in the search for a son? I'm in the search for a dad. And by son, I mean a guy who will shoot you and steal your daughter. Not really sure that's what dad's and son relationships are like, but hey! Wow, okay, I accidentally backtracked all the way to the beginning. I'm seeing loads of people playing that Monster Hunter World game. But I've already got WoW, so why would I sink my time into another incredibly time-consuming system? I'll kill you with this health pack and this lamp. Just as planned. Where the frig are these dads? Seriously, like, it's having me that's the whole plot of this area, and I'm having trouble finding any. I mean, I guess I haven't really explored any of the newer bits too much, but I don't know. I think I'm just annoyed that there's missed opportunity here, since your character's story is so limited and compared to the scope of other character stories. Oh. I did it. Shotgun's so cool. Makes me just not want to use anything else. What's inside this door? We haven't explored this, and it's a pretty small area. Huh. I remember this seemed very obviously like a stealth section to me, so I decided to try and stealth it. I can remote hack this.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous is one of the most powerful spells in Harry Potter. That's not true. It's not very strong. Do not wish to hack these. They're annoying. Now, once again, anytime that they load a room up with security, it's a flag for, this is going to be a battle arena later on. Oh shoot, security alert did not end upon my destruction of the camera. Well, I said I wanted to waste resources, and I am accomplishing that task successfully. Good thing my turrets will defend me from the other turrets. Okay, so what was the purpose of coming here in this highly dilapidated, frozen over art gallery, I guess? None. So far as I can see. Hey, it's Schrodinger's cat. Very much dead though. I guess it's Schrodinger the cat.
I have a new goddamn face. Who'd have thought? Rapture. Paradise of the confidence man. I gotta keep revising the Atlas voice. I figure the accent gives me an excuse to lock myself in a room with a bottle and count the cash. War's on in full now, boy. And I've got a hell of a surprise for Andrew Ryan. Long time coming. And right about now, I expect the prodigal son is booking his flight.
The prodigal son is the player character from the first game. For a dead guy. The quick story with that is that due to a mixture of poverty, famine, and political strife, various other things, and a lack of sufficient atom supply, combined with all the drug addiction in this area, people started rioting like crazy. And it happened New Year's 1949 or something, I don't remember. But to deal with that, Ryan was completely unprepared, but this guy Fontaine, he... oh no! Shoot you! I have better fire. Electricity. Let's give him a slammo. That's enough to give me an A. Well, hey, so, right, back to the story. Fontaine. What he did is he got a couple of scientists to set him up with an Ubermensch. He basically, like, infused a fetus with Adam. I'm not sure that's exactly it. Maybe he made a fetus with Adam, or he injected it while he was pregnant, or maybe he got some highly spliced up mother and father to create a fetus and then added it. I don't know. Point is, this child had like all of the genetic advancements that Rapture had to offer, and a little bit more in the way of biological and psychological rearing, such that he would follow orders. Specifically, he would follow orders if they were included in a sentence that involved the phrase, "would you kindly." This would allow Fontaine to have like a hyper golem under his command that didn't seem like it was under his command, which allowed him to be both this character Atlas, who was like a rising star of the people, helping them all out in the time of dire need against the fascist Andrew Ryan. But at the same time, he was also like a self-interested rich capitalist man. He was called Fontaine, but Fontaine's reputation is too tarnished to take up that position, so he created a new character, Atlas. And with Atlas controlling this Ubermensch, who came to Rapture after it was all destroyed, he helps the Ubermensch guy, the player character from the first game, helps Fontaine get a shit ton of Adam and become an even bigger Ubermensch and presumably take over everything. But you kill him because you're the hero, and that's pretty much the end of that story. We still have like not too much more to explore, and I've yet to find a daddy-o. Hopefully there'll be a dad here. There's one.
There she is. Get her. I hope that bodyguard ain't one of your long losts.
Oh shit, dude. Shit. Alright, well we're leaving. This place sucks. I don't like it. Going there was a mistake. Is security done? No. Security? Do we at least... Oh. He's just like... almost done. And now he's our buddy. In the ever necessary plight of kill the dad. No, 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 no. How about instead... Yes, 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 yes. Huh? You like that idea? I think it's a good one. We'll get out the exploder guy. Get some proximity mines going. Research before he walks into them. And he's almost dead. One more of these ought to do it. I shot the wall. No, one more. We'll get you a shotgun blast to finish you off. Yay! Happy day! Come with me, child. I'm a better dad. You don't even have to walk around under my tutelage.
See? You put it to work, and all that Adam ends up in you. But you're sort of a silent partner, so that's tops with me.
That's right, I don't have a voice, because I'm a player character. We'll fill up on these, and use them to kill the next. Oh, right. Next thing up is to collect the juice. Your mom is close. I didn't actually see where we were supposed to go. Oh, it's right there. Radicool. We did find it, child. That's correct. There's a couple mini turrets. Make this a little bit more fun. Pull up the old shoddy. Oh. Starting off strong with these boys. We'll get this guy. That's correct. Oh. She's not helpless. She's stronger than most things here. Okay. Relying on the unupgraded weapons is a bit too weak. Ta-da! Just in case you weren't really like, I wasn't able to showcase this sufficiently. What this girl does what's going on here is she's got this needle thing. And she stabs this into them and sucks out not really their blood, but their atom. Not exactly sure how those two things are different. Maybe she stabs it in a particular place. Maybe it's the needle that specifically like extracts atom and not blood. I don't know. But it goes into this little sippy cup and she drinks it down. Inside her body, a slug converts a slug that's like implanted in her as like a parasite converts the blood atom into more blood atom. Not 100% on the process, I don't recall it exactly, and it probably doesn't exactly make sense. But hey, it's not only creepy, but it's cool. And body horror. Everyone likes body horror. Alright, I wish we could pick these boys up. We'll see if the vending machines can replace them for me. What is 00 buck supposed to be? Is it 100 gauge? I'm so bad at this game. There we go. I appreciate the oil stain under the health system. Really good for health to have oil fumes. Not a hidey hole. We're not done collecting atoms. Your job is not completed. Who needs guns when you got a drill? Significantly increases the cost of plasmids, but limits weapon selection to the drill, hack tool, and camera. Alright, I mean, if you want to spec into plasmids, that would be the way to go. But I don't, because the guns are cool. I wonder if someone's gone through a lot of these specs.
So, Ryan's goons are sweating me to prove this place is a closet commune. But I need time. Lamb's kid keeps staring me down like she knows that I'm a phony. I keep thinking of Johnny Topside, though. It took real guts to find Rapture like he did. It makes it easier not to crack if I sort of imagine that I'm him. It's a good thing I can't tell Lamb that, though. She'd probably say I got a secret need to fall into his arms and make a wild whoopee or something.
Nice little nod to the fact that Eleanor does read his mind, but I don't know if she tells her mother that he's a phony fakeman. We'll probably find that out somewhere during the course of this here level. Okay, we don't need too many turrets. One does its job. I've been forgetting to use the bugs. Alright. Shotgun is gonna just be consistently the answer to all things. It's heckin' loud though. Oh, we're out of bullets. We'll switch to machine gun. But we're already done. It seems like these little suck segments take less and less every time we do them. The rivet gun seems weak right now.
I'm always safe with Daddy.
For longer range, this machine gun is better, but for close range, the shotgun is better. I guess mid-range is the rivet gun, but it just seems like a bad compromise. Unsure. Doesn't really matter. That's why I picked medium, so I wouldn't have to fret about the gameplay aspects and focus on some more story stuff. Now we can toss this daughter away. Where is the nearest trash can? Other side of the room. Wondrous. Just like a middle to high, just like an American citizen, really. Child, I only want you for your atom. Like I'd have a pet.
Father, this atom you found contains memories from all the bodies here. Normally, only a little sister can see them, but I can show you what Stanley's trying to hide. When Mother was taken away, Stanley was left in charge of Dionysus Park. He spent all her money through these mad parties. It was like he was trying to ruin her.
You okay there? Keep your eye on the brass ring, brother. Find the rest of the sisters.
Okay, couple quick points. Number one, it's weird that Eleanor is telling you all these, like, it was like he was trying to ruin Lamb. Eleanor's a fucking psychic. Shouldn't she be able to read their minds? Maybe I only made that up, and her psychic power is only that ability to send information telepathically to others. Either way, seeing as her...
Subject Delta's just a serial number, amigo. I did a lot of digging on you for a feature once. They used to call you Johnny Topside. Found the city all on your own in a diving bell. Real shame what they did to you.
Oh, alright, that's kind of funny. He was referring to me as kind of an Ubermensch. There used to be someone called Johnny Topside. Probably... Oh. I just realized, maybe the guy from the guy who's been looking for his daughter in the diaries is actually the player character. And that stuff didn't happen after Rapture was destroyed. It happened more closer to the time when Rapture was not destroyed. Oh, fuck. Okay, I was like stuck there. So maybe you're discovering your own story, and you don't remember this. Could be. Anyway, so the point I was trying to make earlier with like the half-assed, poorly worded joke from before all of that stuff happened was I was just saying that I dislike how many people, for one reason or another, put their kids into daycare. It's like you're not even really having a kid then. Might as well just buy a dog. If you want to, like, love something only for little moments. Where is the other dad? There's two more dads, and I guess they're stuck in this tiny area. Let us proceed. I would like to purchase some shotgun shells. Okie dokie. You can continue our incredibly well-funded run. Is there anything that we've learned so far that's particularly interesting? We learned recently the Pool is not a very trustworthy character.
Adam is Rapture Delta, the finest minds of paradise in a single sublime mosaic. Eleanor. Consider the genius you deny her with every stolen drop.
I haven't taken too much information into myself on the history of philosophy, but I do remember a little bit from the college philosophy course that I took, which I was concerned was going to be really boring, and to some extent it was. Basically what we did there was we more so looked at the history of certain philosophical people, important ones, instead of really trying to understand and converse on their philosophical considerations. I mean, we did talk about their philosophies, but we spent a little bit more time on who and what they were instead of advancing our own ability to think critically about them, which unfortunately is what used to be college was like, I think, and what college is no longer like anymore, especially for larger colleges. But so let me bring this back to something that matters. The way Eleanor wants to go about making the world a communist utopia is by creating the first utopian human. In this case, her daughter. And the way she's going to go about that is by infusing her with Adam. not just to give her an infinite litany of powers, both mental and otherwise, but to also give her the intelligence, the knowledge, wisdom, and experience gathered from the atom that's been in other people, namely other geniuses, but just shit tons of other people. And lots of experience shoved into one human could not possibly be a bad thing, right? Maybe. I'm not sure that any one living thing is capable of dealing with the level of experience associated with, you know, hundreds and maybe thousands of human lives. It's possible that they would be. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but it also seems shaky. A lot of times, people can't even deal with the experience of their own lives. But I'm also thinking that the reason people like to escapism their way out of thinking about their problems is because they lack the experience to recognize that they shouldn't escapism their way out of their problems. So maybe more experience is not a bad answer. Either way, it's a cool idea. I hear Dad.
There she is. Little Tyke wants to be in pictures. Real cute.
Now get rid of the muscle and deal with her.
I shall, Mr. Pool. Let me pull out... Oh, I forgot to set up the stuff. Well, fuck it. Got him. Let's get out that explosion machine. Uh-oh. Huh, the proximity mine slowed him down. Being stuck in a corner is not slowing him down. Let's see if this thing will help us here. Can he fly? Doesn't fly. But he does get slowed down. He's dead. And kill this guy before we deal with the daughter. I'm almost entirely sure I was able to research the daughters, but lo and behold, not really. So maybe that's something that's allowed later in the game. I didn't prepare for this one nearly as well as I did the last one. So we have a shit ton of trap rivets and trap things. I do remember there's a good exploratory elements around here. Huh. There's a body right there. Let's do it. I'll bring around our favorite turrets. Put them on stage. Oh, it bounced around a bunch. And the stage opened up. Coolio. Get some trap rivets going on. Okay, people come from there. So, I'll put some trap rivets like here. Hey, hey, stop being gross. You stop sucking my daughter. Only I get to suck the juice out of my daughter, as per contract. It's got out of hand pretty quick. I have no blood anymore. Huh. Who's shooting me? Uh-oh. Okay, I think we completed the gathering process before we got killed. How do we check how many sucks we've done? Unsure. Oh, it says right there, 1 out of 2 gathers. Okay. Oh, and the respawn point was right here. I am taking a lot of damage. I'm not sure if there's something I can do about that. Probably prepare for these things a little bit more than not at all. On the next suck, I'll make sure to prepare the area well. Okay? Okay.
things.
The genius of Sophia Lamb is a thing of empathy, a profound moral sense. I can only describe her as a kind of secular saint. But dividing her loyalty evenly across the world at large spreads it so thin as to be invisible to some. Love, I have found, is beneath her. Naturally, Ryan arrested her, gave her to Sinclair to incarcerate somewhere. But upon her escape, she took the city and changed my life forever.
Alright, so let's think about whether or not Lamb is somebody that is good. To be honest, I'm not really sure if it's somebody that I would condemn as evil or bad or self-centered. I think they do quite a good job of making the character sufficiently sympathetic to not be like both terrible or terribly good. I kind of feel like some people would argue against me because she sends so much after this main player character, and they take lots and lots of importance on player character stuff. People do. But, you know, like, she does have a good philosophical ground, and any type of defect, like, oh, she just wants to get all the item for herself. Oh, a couple who just want to watch a play. That's a new one. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, they must die. I'll give him the best end I can. Oh, this one's in a suit.
At last, we have our Judith. One of my own people has been feeding Ryan evidence of my activities. And now, I am to be detained. As a religion, they merely monitored us. But as a commune, they would see us crucified. And yet, though he will be the last to see it, Andrew Ryan has already lost the people. Wherever I am sent, Rapture will follow.
So there you go. She planned to get herself jailed. And this is something that people have learned various times over the course of humanity. A martyr is much, much more dangerous than a saint. You do not wish to create martyrs when dealing with masses. I'll go ahead and show off the trap spear. Let's you set up these little. Hey, the fuck! All right, we'll get away from it. It sets up these little electric wires that you touch and they electrocute. I guess they aim from the direction you're standing at. So if I were to do one here and get out of the way. Oh shit, I fucked up. Try again. There you go. Shoots a little lasso. And now I think we're decently well defended here. Even though we only have 2 health things. Hopefully this gather goes better than the previous one.
She's gonna cure me! Let me fix your face, baby!
Things are not going that great. Shotgun, save me! Everything's really loud too. How about we get this guy? Oh dang. I hope we completed the gather. I really need to make sure I have all my health bars before I can continue these. Oh, did not complete. Unfortunate waste of resources. Alright, well let's go pick up a bunch of health and then we'll complete the gather and come back because there are some resources here that I did not gather. Nearest vending machine right outside the lobby. Gotcha. I don't I'll pick up some ammunition on the way. Shit, dude, we're getting almost killed on basic little counters now. Alright, well. Good thing I chose medium and not hard difficulty, huh? I'm clearly not qualified to play this on hard. Always appreciate a body going flying like that. Not sure if we'll be able to gather from the same guy that we failed gathering previously, but we're gonna try it out. Alright, so personally I think Lamb is neither good nor bad. I think that the true test of her goodness would come from knowing a little bit more about how she treats her daughter. Yes, her daughter is more of a stepping stone for her image, her ideals of what the world should be like. But does she treat that person with the sufficient level of respect that she should merit as a living human being? Don't know. I'm not sure if we ever really get too much of that. Alright, there's a health kit right here in case we actually need it. Let's set up more traps. Instead of just in that door... Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, now we don't really need too many on that side because people are going to be coming, but one that I didn't do last time was one just like this. Aw, flew too far. Oh well. We don't want electricity here. But holding people off is going to be useful, so we'll set one up there. And we'll put the bugs there. And we'll set one off here. And lightning seems like it would be good. And when we wait for this to be done being lightninged. And we're gonna stand off the water.
Let's fix your face, baby.
Machine gun is gonna be good for this. Okay. Those trap turrets are doing work, you can hear them. Oh, that one went off sooner than I wanted it to. That one did a good job. He fell down. Whoopsie. Let's see if we can set up an electric trap before he gets here. That was decent. Okay. Daddy, I'm ready. Okay, we completed that much more successfully than we did the last time. So the lesson is, use all of your traps effectively. I have learned this lesson. I will heed this lesson in the future. Ah, I'm done with you, child. Away with you to daycare, where they'll suck your atom out better than I can.
That's me there. I confronted Stanley. Said I'd tell Mother what he had done. He panicked. Took me away and sold me to an orphanage. I tried to fight back. I remember biting his hand, but... Father, he's the reason I was turned into a little sister.
That's interesting. I always figured that Lamb did her sistering, but it was actually that guy, followed by Fontaine. I wonder if that's why Lamb is now so focused on the sisters. Seems like that's something that would hurt her emotionally.
Now, you were just a deep-sea explorer with iron cojones, pal. The public gave it a nickname, but Ryan was sure you were a spook, so his people locked you up, erased your damn name. Goodbye, Johnny Topside. Hello, Subject Delta.
Okay, so my theory about you being that guy looking for his daughter is bogus, and it brings it right down to him being actually right here, right now. Maybe we'll get to see that guy in a bit.
When all this is over and we're divvying up Rapture's bounty, you and I'll be holding court on a private island, son. Think of it, each world power on bended knee, holding a bouquet made of money.
Why is Sinclair suddenly trying to give us the buttering?
The girls you've saved from Mother want to thank you. Check the Gatherer's Garden.
Sure thing. Lollipops. Mi amigo al lado. Al enemigo. Is that what he said? I can't really understand what he's saying. Muchas gracias, senor. It's definitely something I understand, but I can't get the bit before it. I'll look it up later. How are we doing on time? We're at an hour and a half now, and I don't think there's too much left in this level. We haven't explored this little bit. I'm going to very quickly look up the rose thing, just to see if it goes anywhere. Roses were brought to Rapture when the city was first established, and like other plants, they were useful in generating oxygen in the underwater city. While researching the effects of genetic enhancement in plant species in Arcadia, part of Biosock 1, a professor studied a very specific rose, and I believe it was giving you the power to breathe in like poisonous areas or something. Just as on the surface, the roses were maintained special emotional symbolism. One boy, Billy Parson, gave one to one of the little sisters he had seen. Unfortunately, the rose never got to the little sister in question, as it appears the Big Daddy who tried to bring it to her was crushed by falling debris while the park was flooding. Oh, so that was the Big Daddy that was dead. Okay. Well, I'm surprised that the Big Daddy had enough human in him left to try and get the rose to the sister. Apparently the roses have something to do with some DLCs. In Biosock 1? That doesn't seem really that interesting. Biosock 2 multiplayer. Roses are important in Biosock 2 multiplayer and in Biosock 3, or Burial at Sea. I don't think I ever played that stuff. The rose serves no purpose of its own and is more likely to just enhance the narrative of the game story. Okay. Alright. So it just makes you feel a little nicer. Okay. I did want to make sure that the rose wouldn't be wasted if I went to go look for it. There's also a little bit behind the scenes here in the Wikipedia. We'll read it out for you. Many locations, businesses, and other aspects of Rapture are inspired from the ancient Greco-Roman mythology. The Rosa Gallica was cultivated by the Greeks and Romans and features in the legends of multiple gods and goddesses. Rosa Gallica is what you know now as the common rose. The flower was sacred to the god Aphrodite and served as a symbol of love. Wowee! It was said to have sprung or have been colored by the blood of Aphrodite's dying love, Adonis. Adonis, I don't know, is a guy who's like famous for being so beautiful. That's why people call beautiful people an Adonis. Usually also associated with very nice musculature. The goddess Persephone and her companion nymphs were gathering rose, crochet, violet, iris, lily, and larkspur blooms in a springtime meadow when she was abducted by the god Hades. Okay, that's really boring trivia. When collecting the rose from the RPG turret in the PlayStation 3 version of the content, an image icon of a rose will appear in the turret's inventory. However, in the Xbox 360 version, the image icon will be an apple, as seen from the Eve upgrade slot. Alright, well, that trivia was complete boring garbage. Just wanted to take a quick break from the game, because we've been playing for an hour and a half. Let's get back to it. We don't have too much more to go to this level. I don't think the story seems to have been already mostly told here. Maybe, you know, a whole hour and a half sums up to 30 minutes worth of story, but that's what the development of this game seems to have been summed up by anyway, so... Like I said, not terrible. Could have been better. I missed him! God, that's loud. Maybe I should turn it down. I'll look at the video in the next one and make sure that it's not too loud before we do this again. The reason I check through multiple of these vending machines is they do not always have the same stock. So this one had the trap rivets and the previous one did not. Hey sis, you got a care package for me? Care packages are always really nice, although I prefer the ones that are filled with cookies next time if you have that in stock. That's probably just drugs, though. Demanding father. $100 in... Oh, that probably gives us more Adam. Your little helper is getting interrupted from gathering. Tell them to move on with demanding... Oh. They gather faster. That's interesting. I guess it makes those little gameplay elements easier. I don't think I'll take that on because those are the only times we really use our resources anyway, so it's kind of fun. But hey, you know, health and Eve upgrade for sure, for sure. Do we need another plasmid slot? Probably not. We will upgrade some of the plasmids we already have. Let's take a quick look at the little bonus ones. Of course, we give the bonus ones from before. Is there anything else? I think Ice Storm is new. Same thing as Firestorm. You get hit, people get lit with ice. Keen Observer 2. I don't think we need that much Keen Observer, honestly. Quick Hack. It's easier now. No. Shorten alarms. That would be nice. I'll get that if there's no other stuff. Machine Buster I'm starting to think would be nice too, just because that would prevent the alarms more effectively. Is there a Machine Buster too? Not yet. Okay. Alright. Electric Flesh seems pretty good as well. We'll get a couple of those things. Eve Saver's not necessary at all. Let's see what Insect Swarm level 2 will do. These swarms will now split into two and jump from target to target. Cool!
Release a nastier swarm. Snicker as they seek out one enemy after another.
Doesn't really seem useful for day-to-day life, though. I believe they made so all of these were originally designed to not be combat plasmids. They were designed for their day-to-day stuff. We'll talk about that after purchasing these, just so that we can use time more effectively. Cyclone Trap. Turn any room into deadly snare with Cyclone Trap tree. Charge your traps with plasmids for even more variety. Shooters will never know what hit them. Can we do multiple plasmids?
Place traps on any surface. Create more elaborate booby traps. The possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we can knock them up and then into a wall so they fly really far. I could try that. That sounds not bad. Scout. Move through the world as an invisible plasmid-wielding scout. Cool. Means we can't use guns though. Need a couple of gene tonic slots for sure. Right, we purchased this not because we had what we wanted, but because there were new things that we wanted. Particularly Machine Buster sounded good to me. And I think there was one more maybe? Medical Expert? That does sound good, actually. We'll get this. Remember to get one more. Keen Observer 2, Shorten Alarms 2, no. Oh, it's Electric Flesh. That's what we wanted. Okay. I get 2 more. I really appreciate how many you can have of these. So you can really edit your... I messed up and I put the Booze Hound one down. Oh no! We'll visit a bank. Oh, good. Bank right here. Replace with Electric Flesh. Alright. Now we can put these on any surface, so we can bounce them straight up and then straight down. That'd be pretty cool. Does this also... Maybe it's bigger and stronger now. Ah, the last dad. I guess the arrow was pointing me towards the dads. That was scary.
Alright, there's one.
There's 2 dads.
Beluga and grab the sister.
What did I get? Arms race. You can salvage ammunition from bodies and containers. Oh, cool. Yowie zowie. The water's not getting electrocuted. Bye-bye. Run to me, daughter. Forget your old father. Okie dokie, can we gather in here? We've already been here, seeing as some of the stuff is destroyed. I think. What's that skull? Adam. Oh, this is what Adam means. Aha! Alright, let's prepare ourselves. Yeah, so I was talking about how plasmids were all originally designed with the intent of not necessarily being combat oriented, but instead being something that's useful in daily life. So what exactly was the uses of these various ones we have? So the fire and electricity ones, those make sense, you know, power up your stuff, you light matches and light fires. The wind one, I can kind of see, you know, it'd be nice to have a breeze here and there. The bee one, that seems like one that's harder to explain. Telekinesis is really good for the lazy man, you know, there's something on the other side of the room, you don't want to pick it up, or say you need an extra arm for whatever reason, hey, put it down. Now why would they want the beekeeper one? They actually explain that in the original game pretty well, I think. They say that it's because people used them for much more effective beekeeping. Oh, there we go. We're actually gonna run out of plasmid power before we get started. Okay, we're pretty well set up here. Put down one of these turrets for safekeep. No, we don't need it. Maybe more trap rivets? A couple of these would be useful. We don't have trap spears. Alright, fuck it. I think we're well enough prepared. Let's think of the other types of plasmids. Of course, the ice plasmid would be good for refrigeration if you work in any sort of meat packery. There's a very large industry on fish packing here in good old Rapture. I can hear people getting hit by that stuff already. And also, the ice one is the combination ice and fire. They were very, very useful in Rapture because Rapture had a big problem with heating and cooling. Particularly, at the bottom of the ocean, it's really cold, but there's also heat vents. So you want to maintain appropriate levels of heating and cooling in the correct locations. If water gets in, an ice power can prevent a leak before it really becomes bad. If the cooling from the ocean floor is causing freezing, like we've seen in a couple of rooms already, the fire plasmid can help you clean that up pretty quick. How about a scary for a little fire? Not really sure. I want to hold her. I want to hold her too, and she's not your kid, so I'll let you fuck off, Mr. Spicy Boy. I want him to walk into one of these. That's not going to happen. There's a really cool bit in the first game where they talk about the development of the telekinesis plasmid. They are developing it to the point where they think that you could catch a bullet. Now, through various testings and accidentally shooting people, they discover that the telekinesis plasmid can catch bullets. However, people do not have the cognitive function to be able to catch them effectively. So, as Suchong puts it, problem not with plasmid, problem with people. Something like that. I don't know. He's got this weird kind of accent. European, I think. Any kind of scientist, especially mad scientists who have difficult to identify accents, are heckin' cool. Oh, fuck. I forgot to set up this one. Okay. Well, I said I wouldn't make that mistake anymore, and I did. Did I just leave my daughter back there? Yeah, you're right. No abandoning my daughter. Even if it's dangerous for my personal health. That's what a real daddy's like. Who's shooting me? Oof. These are getting more difficult, which I appreciate. It's not true that you're always safe with me. You are immortal and therefore are safe no matter what. Unfortunately, being a child, it seems as though you are indeed subject to the wiles of intelligent and abusive humans. Come to think of it, I'm not sure if the invulnerability that little sisters have is directly tied to the game, or if that's just a contrivance because games generally try to avoid letting you hurt children, even if the game has already set them up to be little blood-sucking monsters.
With me gone, Father, Stanley just let Mother's followers turn into animals. When word came that she was returning, he knew they would blame him. So he found a way to silence them all. And now he's trying to cover it up.
That's it. Now all that old dirt stays underground, and Lamb will be none the wiser. Hey, come on back. I've unlocked the train for you. But remember, if Lamb catches you, mum's the word.
So there you go. Earlier I was speculating on the potentially particularly interesting nature of the story plot associated with the drowning of Dionysus Park, and it turns out that it was actually a lot more boring than it could have been otherwise. Which, you know, kind of as per
Delta,
the style.
our conflict of interest seems to be upsetting Eleanor. For her sake, I have made it clear to these men that you are not to suffer. I accept full responsibility for any anger you may experience before you die.
I am immune to lightning, but
Doc Lamb's turning up the heat.
gives me the
Chief.
animation.
Head on back to the train station. Let's hit the trail.
Now this,
Through Adam, Eleanor
Yeah, we
will
should set up
become
some
the
traps.
daughter of the people, a true utopian, brilliant beyond measure.
I didn't mean to do
but
that.
utterly selfless. As she ascends, Delta, you and I will seem as dogs, circling and snarling amid the afterbirth.
We'll find her here without any plasmids. It'll be cool. Don't have any mini turrets. Oh! All of that hit her. Didn't do very much damage. Alright, we need a corpse. This'll do, this'll do. Okay, here's a trick. Put these explosives on this thing. And you're supposed to throw it at her with the telekinesis, but that didn't work that time because she got to it before I could. Where's she now? She's sucking somebody. That's no good. We're done with the mines. Oh, she took a buttload of damage. Alright. She died. Alright. I was not expecting her to die. Let's take a quick look at the research from the magicians and from the big sisters. I don't remember the researching, looking at the stuff. Okay, magicians. Bonus damage, you can see them easily. Increased damage and natural camouflage tonic. That one's pretty cool. Basically, if you stand still, the enemies can't see you and they like forget that you're there. We've already done this shit with the spider splicer. Big Daddies, we know we got that was the ammo that we got. That was the last thing from them. Security. Deadly machines. I don't care. Double ammo and destroyed security. That's pretty nice, actually. Root splicer. Armored shell 2. Ooh, that's the thing I was talking about with the bonus armor. We definitely need that. Now, Big Sister, what does that give? Free health restoration after gathering Atom. Max Eve capacity. And Drill Vampire Tonic. Okay, those are all very good. I should be more careful about researching them. I don't really get very much opportunity to do so. Excuse me. Got hour 45, and I think the level's just about over. And the last thing to do here is to go meet up with good old Stanley Pool, who tried to cover up his, you know, debauchery. Which, honestly, who wouldn't like a good bit of debauchery? By killing everyone in sight. Now, honestly, that's not a completely unreasonable thing to do. If I was a less justice-oriented man, I would say that he deserves to, or if I was more justice-oriented, I'd say he deserves to be punished and killed, but I've never really, I don't like the idea of punishment as justice. Much better to reform than to punish. Because punishment mostly just makes you feel good. It doesn't really help anyone. And in the worst cases, it can create martyrs, just like good old Lamb. Remember Lamb? She's a martyr now. Oh boy. Oh. So one point I forgot to make. Remember in the previous section, where they were showing, I was telling you that the water was not really making this place, it wasn't giving you the sense of urgency to leave. This place doesn't have the water effect, which, mind you, environmentally, I don't get that much sense of urgency to leave. However, because it has all these splicers coming at me, it does give me a different sort of urgency. That really does make me want to get the hell out of here. since my life now is actually under pretty severe danger. For just being here. Am I going the wrong way?
Subject Delta. I have known for years of Stanley's betrayal here, and had forgiven him. But in compromising Eleanor now, he seals his fate. You see, it was Stanley who turned you into Ryan. He is responsible for what you have become. The security booth is open now. You may have your revenge.
Sweet Jesus. Lamb knew? And she just let me hang myself out the... Oh, God. No. Come on, pal. The train's ready. Just let me live.
Oh, Christ almighty. I swear it wasn't personal, okay? Don't, please.
So, Lamb broke out, and she's coming back. Wow. Okay, didn't see that coming, but okay. Oh, that is gonna be... Oh, what am I gonna do? And I've heard a lot of these people down here talking. Some of them I know.
Mother's not lying this time, Father. He really did it. To both of us.
Again with the interruptions.
So, Lamb broke out, and she's coming back. Wow. Okay, didn't see that coming, but okay. Oh, that is gonna be... Oh, what am I gonna do? And I've heard a lot of these people down here talking. Some of them I know, sort of thing with Eleanor, and who knows what. You can't just stop, a whole cult from talking, can you? Well, maybe you can. Yeah. Maybe you can.
So there you go, that's the other side of the story. He fucked up. He wasn't really aware of what he was doing. Poor Stanley Pool is just a man caught out of his depth. A rather lanky man, actually. He's really, skinny and big. What do you think? Should I murder him? Nah, we're not murdering anybody in this run, because we're good Delta. Except for all those people that objectively tried to kill me. But even though Lamb sent them after me, I'm not killing them, so... Whatever. We can still go back and murder him. You see him in there cowering? A little bit. But we're not gonna. Time to go! Choo-choo on to Fontaine Futuristics! Alright. If I move from here, it'll give us another whole deal of a story, which I do not wish to go into because we're coming up on 2 hours now. So, for the present time, I'll bid you adieu. I've got a lot of pizza to consume still, and boy, is that shit good. I got the small crust, not the normal crust, and I'm liking it much better than the thick crust, and I think it feels better because too many carbohydrates makes the world go into the pooper. So, after that digression, bye.